I cut the check, I cut the check, I cut the check. Tell my niggas we up next, so we up next. She shot a text, she shot a text, she shot a text. Kill the I might put the different day, put a nigga on that same shit. I've been ballin' with my niggas, Kevin Cambridge. Oh, you drippy, but you better tuck your chain quick.
What's good, y'all? We back. Sorry I didn't upload last week. I was in Miami on vacation having fun, and I didn't get a chance to record while I was there. So I decided just to record a whole recap when I came back. So happy to be back. I want to say like and subscribe. Thank you for all the new people that's watching my videos. Hopefully we can get back to where we were around, I want to say April. April is a really good month for my channel, so hopefully we can get back to there. But, yep, we're back. We're in the playoffs, man. And so far it's been, in my perspective, it's been a really interesting playoff. So, might as well not even try to beat around the bush. Let's start with the series that caught us all off guard. The Heat versus the Bucks. Going into this series, I thought it was going to be a really good series. Even though I had the Bucks winning, I thought it was going to be a really good series. I had a feeling like the Heat were going to kind of come back and have that little chip on their shoulder like they did last year going into the playoffs. And I feel like they were going to make it a good series, but I also felt like it was going to be a hard series for Jimmy Butler because getting guarded by PJ Tucker and Drew Holiday the whole time, is not going to be easy. And I was right. And then not only was he getting guarded by PJ Tucker and Drew Holiday the whole time, Giannis finally stepped up. He lived up to that Defensive Player of the Year award, and he guarded the best player on the other team. And he guarded Jimmy Butler most of the series. And Jimmy Butler had a really, really bad series. Now, if you don't know, the Heat got swept by the Bucks after embarrassing the Bucks last year. But now, the Bucks just came back with vengeance, and they embarrassed them, man. They embarrassed them. Like, it didn't really take a big performance from any of their stars. Like, they did this as a team. I want to say it was game 1 or game 2. Brian Forbes, however you say his first name, he had that one big first half where he dropped 20 in the first half. Giannis had like a 26-17 game. I want to say that was game 2 too. And then the last game of the series, Giannis dropped a triple-double with like 15 assists. So they weren't really doing this like usually when they win, Giannis probably have a big game. They were doing this as a team. Like I said, Brian Forbes stepped up. Bobby Portis has been huge. Drew Holiday is showing that was the right trade for the Bucks, and they won the trade obviously, and he's showing why his value is so high. Like, you add him to a team, he's gonna be really big, and he's a player that this team needed. Consistent offense going into the playoffs along with consistent defense, and a player that's not gonna shy away from the moment, man. Drew Holiday is there, and Chris Middleton has been playing really good this playoffs. Now, I hope this is not just because this team embarrassed y'all last year and y'all just came with a chip on y'all shoulder for this series. I want the Bucks to do this for the rest of the season going out. They might lose in round 2 because they do have to face the Nets. But as long as they make it a great series, I would be okay with it. But yeah, this team looks really fun. They look really fun, and I'm happy for Giannis, man. He came in, he had a really great first round. Yeah, sucks though. They did lose Dante DiVincenzo for the whole year. Sucks, but I feel like the depth that they have, that's going to help them out a lot. Like I said, Brian Forbes stepped up. Pat Connaughton has been decent. You also got Jeff Teague, a veteran on the bench. This team's been really good. I didn't even talk about Brook Lopez. Brook Lopez had a really good season, really good start at the playoffs. But on to the Heat side, man. There's a lot of questions. Now, the Heat, they want to win. They want to win now. And a part of them wanting to win is they got to get better. They need more talent. I feel like it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was an offer on the table for like Tyler Hero and some other players for James Harden, and they turned it down because they have so much faith in Tyler Hero's progression. And you just look back on that and you was like, wow, that was really dumb. It really was, though. It really was. But I understand Tyler Hero. He does have a pretty decent ceiling. But, like, when you look at the Heat, they want to win now. You don't have time to be waiting on Tyler Hero to develop. You don't have time to be waiting on Kendrick Nunn to develop. Y'all want to win now. So making those trades early in the season would have been the best bet for this team, but they decided not to, and they paid for it. Bam basically neutralized the whole series. He just didn't look like himself. He didn't look like the hungry player that he usually is, the dog that he usually is at all. Jimmy Butler, like I said, it's going to be a really hard series for him, and it really was. Like he had less points the whole series than Brian Forbes. Like he was getting locked down the whole series. The Bucks defense was on some other shit, bro. The Bucks defense was crazy. It was crazy. Like even the players that stepped up last year for the Heat, they really didn't do nothing. Goran Dragic really didn't do nothing. Like I said, Tyler Hero, he didn't do nothing this whole series. I want to say he averaged like 7 points this whole series. Duncan Robinson, he saved them game 1 even though they lost. But other than that, he didn't do nothing. Kendrick Nunn didn't do nothing. They need to make some moves going into this offseason. I like what they had with Trevor Ariza, though. I feel like they should re-sign him. I don't know about Victor Oladipo. It sucks because Victor Oladipo is my guy, but I don't know what they're going to do with him. I would say give him like a 1-year deal, let him prove himself, then you can sign him for a little long-term deal. But yeah, they got some stuff to do. They can only trade like Precious Achiuwa and Tyler Hero because Kendrick Nunn's a free agent, Duncan Robinson a free agent. So y'all don't really have no young talent to trade. So hey, they're in a hard spot. But yeah, I wanted to start off with that series. But now going back to like the 1 versus 8, going into the West side, 1 versus 8 actually has been a really good series so far. I don't know what I had. I think I had the Grizzlies winning the series, and I ain't gonna lie, that was bogus. That was bullshit. I'm not as high as on the Jazz as a lot of people are. I'm not that high on them. So, but the Jazz came out. They won game 1. Yes, it was without Donovan Mitchell, but they won game 1. And then game 2, they almost won that. Ja Morant had 47 points. Ja Morant has been stepping it up the last month. Ja Morant has been hooping. So, shout out to him. This whole team has been hooping. They're not really scared of nothing. This is like I always said, they're a deep team. They're a definition of a team. Like everybody on their team deserves minutes. They're a really, really good team, and they're led by one of the best leaders in the league, man. It's about time we start giving Ja Morant that props, man. Ja Morant's a winner. Ja Morant's a leader, bro. It don't matter how young he is. He's a leader. He's a winner, bro. So I don't know. The series is not over though. The Jazz are up 2-1. I think tonight they have a chance to go 3-1. It's not over, but at the same time, it is over. I ain't gonna lie. The Jazz they're too talented for the Grizzlies. Too talented. They got 2 All-Stars, 3 actually. Mike Conley's having his little revenge series, and their scheme is just it's hard for the Grizzlies to stop. There's so many threes going up in the air, and like you can only neutralize Donovan Mitchell so much. Dylan Brooks has been doing a decent job with Donovan Mitchell in the last 2 games. But you can only do so much, man. You can only do so much. But shout out to the Grizzlies, man. Making it here is a W accomplishment in itself. They got a lot to build on now. They have a lot to build on. This is a 1 season for them. Hopefully they can make a trade. I feel like they're 1 shooting guard away from really being like on some shit. Cause I feel like Giannis Valanciunas, he's gonna be really good for like the next 4 or 5 years. Even though he's like 30 right now, he's gonna be really good for a little bit. And Jaren Jackson, once he gets his confidence back, he did miss this whole season. Once he gets his confidence back, I feel like he's gonna be really decent. So the Grizzlies have a lot to build on. Going into the East side, not gonna lie, I don't think I've watched 1 minute of this series. Like I understand they have Westbrook. I watched the first game. I'm not gonna lie, I watched the first game. I think I was on the plane. I watched it. I don't know. But yeah, I understand the Wizards have Westbrook, Bradley Beal, but like this series is just not even interesting to watch, bro. It's not at all. It's just sweep. That's all I see, bro. I don't really care for. No offense, I don't really care for Westbrook, Bradley Beal, or at least steal 1. Like this series is boring. I'm not gonna lie. They have nobody to stop Joel Embiid. Tobias Harris been killing Rui Hachimura the whole series. Ben hasn't even stepped it up on the offensive side. They're just showing the reason why I really think this team could really do something, going deeper into the playoffs, even might go to the finals. I really think that. But yeah, this series is just not really that interesting to watch. If we want to be honest, man. No, I don't really care to watch it at all. I don't, man. I don't. But what's the next series I'm gonna talk about? 4-5. 4-5 on both sides has been the best part of the playoffs so far. Let's go to the Clippers side. Clippers versus the Mavericks. Mavericks came out and stole both games in the beginning, and I'm not gonna lie, my dream like faded away. I was like, damn, we're not gonna see no 76ers Clippers finals. And the Mavericks, they just came out shooting, man. They came out fighting. The Clippers just didn't look like they wanted it enough. It didn't defensive scheme. They switched everything off Luka. They kept getting the Mavericks kept searching for Zubac to play him on Luka, and Luka was just dominating him the whole game. And then you look at the Mavericks, they didn't miss a damn shot the whole game, bro. And it was just hard. It was hard for the team to stop. Now, it was never like it was a blowout game, but it had that sense to it. Like, bro, it was just dominating. It was just dominating. It was even one game. Kawhi came out, scored 30 and like 28 in the first half, and then finished with like 38. And it didn't really matter because the Mavericks was just beating them as a cohesive unit, and it was really hard for them. But then you go into these last two games. Paul George steps it up, and while he's stepping it up, I don't see no playoff P trending. I don't see no pandemic P trending. So when my boy is doing good, he's not trending. He doesn't get none of the. You don't see first take talking about him. You don't see nobody talking about him. But when he's doing bad, I'll be the first one down his throat. I don't understand it at all. It's really childish to me. But shout out to Paul George, man. Shut that stuff up, because Paul George has been hooping. He hooped yesterday. He was kind of the reason, like, wow, they separated the game yesterday. The Mavericks starting to come back. Luka starting to get hot, and then Paul George dropped off like 3 straight threes or something like that, and he was also on yesterday. So shout out Paul George, man. Just putting all that bullshit aside, man. Just hooping. I love that with Paul George. But yeah, this team's looking better. Rondo's starting to step it up, starting to enter that playoff Rondo role. He had a bigger offensive role yesterday, and then the surrounding pieces stepped up lately. Marcus Morris starting to shoot like he's been shooting. The really crazy thing is Patrick Beverley not getting no time. He played garbage minutes yesterday. I'm like, yes, Ty Lue, yes. You understand, because I'm not giving Pat Bev minutes over Terrence Mann. Terrence Mann plays really good defense, and he's also not a person that you should leave open on the offensive side. And on the offensive side, he wants it, man. You can see like he plays with a lot of heart. I love what I see out of Terrence Mann. But yeah, this Clippers team, man, I feel like they're just gonna get this over with in the next 2 games. I don't think the Mavericks gonna win. And Luka's hurt. Kristaps had a really good game yesterday. Really good game. I feel like he needs more shots. Like I see a lot of people like down in Kristaps, but like he only gets like 10 shots a game. But like I understand some of that's on him. Like he got to go to the post, especially when they're playing small ball on him. You are 7'3", power forward, and you put on weight. I don't know why he's scared to go to the post, but he needs a new trainer. Somebody to tell him, go to the post, bro. Go to the post, because he can do it, bro. That fadeaway by Kristaps is elite, and then he can easily just shoot over you. I don't know why he does it. He does it sometimes, but it needs to be more consistent. But I do feel like he needs more shots. But yesterday, they just kind of shot themselves out the game. They couldn't hit 1-3 to save their life. I think they were like 1 for 12 for 3 in the first half. So it was really bad. Luka's hurt. So yeah, I don't see them winning one more game. I don't. But like I said for the Grizzlies, this team. Now the difference from the Grizzlies and this team is they're one piece away from being the shit. Like if you get a Bradley Beal, even if you get a Jeremy Grant or Zach LaVine on this team, they're there. They're there. But yeah, it's gonna be hard to get that. I feel like they gotta sign and trade Jalen Brunson for try to get. For me, I feel like the perfect fit is Jeremy Grant, especially the way he's been playing. I feel like that's a perfect fit. But if you can go out and get Zach LaVine, try, man, try. Because they need that one consistent scorer next to Luka and KP. And I feel like that will help KP more because he feels like he has to live up to that number 2 option. And it's ever since his injury that just happened like earlier this season, he hasn't really been that. But he's had good games on and off, but it's just on and off. Like you need that consistency with Kristaps because you need consistency next to Luka. But going into the East, the 4 versus 5 series. To me, this is the best series in the playoffs so far. Knicks versus the Hawks, man, it's lived up to the hype. I wanted this series so bad, and I got it. It's lived up to it, man. The crowd has made this series a really great series. I'm not gonna lie. But also Trae Young, man. Trae Young needs to get his respect. He definitely deserves to be on the All-NBA team this year after being snubbed from the All-Star game. But Trae Young is a star in this league already. And you're seeing that, bro. He's not shying away from the moment. Even on Madison Square Garden, a lot of people said they were going to find a way to neutralize Trae Young. Like, it's really... Okay, let's say they do that, right? I kind of feel like they did that last game. You know, Trae Young had a really... He had like 26 points. He's still like... He was not really doing good at all last game. And then you neutralize Trae Young. Bro, this is a deep, talented ass team, bro. DeAndre Hunter is... He's not no slouch. Bogdan, Kevin Huerter, they're not slouches. Danilo came out the bench, dropped 20. John Collins had his first big game. He had 16 yesterday. They didn't even get a good game from Clint Capella yesterday. Like, this is a deep, talented ass team, and that's why I said, like, I don't see the Knicks coming out with this. And it's not... I expected Julius Randle to have a good playoff series, but now that he's not having a series, they're definitely going to lose. But like even before that, I expected the Hawks to just come in here and handle business. You got a player that's not going to... A lot of people saying the home court advantage is going to help. You're putting Trae Young in fucking Madison Square Garden and expect him not to make big shots. Come on now. It's Trae Young, bro. It's Trae Young. I feel like he doesn't shy away from the moment. He's not scared of the moment. Like you seen, he looked at the crowd. He said, "Oh, it's quiet in here," and then he said, "All right, we'll see y'all on the edge." And then they went to Atlanta, won both games. Trae Young has been hooping. His team's been hooping, and like you seen yesterday, all they need is just a couple of shots to go down. And they're gonna keep hitting. It's gonna be so hard to stop them. And when Trae Young's hooping, when Clint Capella's hooping, because he didn't really have a good game yesterday. This team gonna be hard for New York to beat. I feel like Julius Randle did have a better game yesterday, though. D Rose didn't really have a good game yesterday, but Julius Randle had a better game yesterday. He was just trying to go in there and just get his shot. Like, he was shooting him out the game, I'm not gonna lie, but for him, it helped though, because he's making more shots. So like next game, I expect him to have an even better game, especially going into New York, but facing elimination, I definitely expect him to have an even better game. RJ Barrett I'm starting to see what a lot of people are saying with him. I used to be a really big RJ Barrett fan, but like, he's so one-dimensional. And what I mean by that is, lower your shoulder, drive into you, just throw the ball up with the left hand. That's really it with RJ. Like, I don't know if it's they're not using him right, but like, that's really it with him. He just go out, try to body you, try to dunk on you, try to lay you up. That's it. And then he'll either... If he's not doing that, then he's just sitting in the corner, spot up. That's it. I don't really see that much from RJ, man. RJ, he has to work on making his reads more quicker. He has to work on attacking from the angle and also using his athleticism to finish, because you're not just going to always have that left-hand layup. Like you see, Donovan Mitchell, he'll attack you by the angle and then he'll go up on you and just try to finish on you. RJ, he'll just say, simple crossover. Try to get to the left-hand side. If he doesn't get to the left-hand side, he's going to pick it up way far and just try to shoot it. And it's just like, it's so weird, man. It's so weird. Then you look at this the Knicks defense is not looking as good as it was all year. And if Derrick Rose's not having a good game, they're not on nothing. So, yeah, they might get beat next game. And if they get beat next game, that's a series. And to me, it lived up to the hype, man. Like I said, both of these home courts are really like one of the most exciting home courts in the league, so I knew it was going to live up to the hype, and I couldn't wait for the series, so I'm happy for it. I really am. Seeing Trae Young shine under the lights, bro, I'm happy. I'm really happy for it. But, yeah, that's it for this series. That has been the best series so far. Then we go to the 3-6 matchup on the west side. We have the Nuggets versus the Blazers. I haven't been watching a lot of this series either. I watched Game 1, and I think I watched Game 3. But to me, the series hasn't been that interesting, bro. It just hasn't. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like with Jamal Murray probably would be, and like it's not like it's a blowout. Like it's tied 2-2, but like all the games that's won were won by blowouts, and it's just been boring. Like, it's never. I don't even know. Like, has it been a close game this series? Like this series has just been boring. But like seeing Jokic just carry this team, it actually has been amazing though. MPJ has had the best start to the playoffs, but I expect them to step it up. But like I said, with this team, like, yes, they're missing Jamal Murray, but like, they're still able to play their game without Jamal Murray. They have other different dynamic guards that are able to step it up without having Jamal Murray. So, hey, I still got the Nuggets winning this series. And I want them to win this series so the Portland Trailblazers can just make a change. Like, yes, you got to fire Terry Stotts, and that's the obvious thing. But that's not your only problem. Y'all not going to win with this backcourt. Y'all need more front court play. Yusuf Nurkic, he's not as consistent as he was before the injury. They need more front court play. So, hey, CJ, for Kristaps trade is kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of enticing. So, hey, we'll see. We'll see. On to the East. Oh, I already talked about this. Bucks swept. Dude, they swept the 70s. I mean, they swept the Heat, bro. That's so wild. And I was in Miami, too. I've seen so many people with freaking Heat jerseys on. I wanted to say something, but I was like, you know what? That's not me. That's not me. Another really good series that started off, man. Suns versus Lakers. My Lakers were in a pickle. Starting game 1, Chris Paul got injured like the first half. And it sucked, man, because Chris Paul always does this. And it's not on him. There's no, like, disrespect to him, but, like that one series against the Spurs, he had that game-winning shot in that game, and then he's crying in the interview because he know he's not playing the next series because I think it was something wrong with his hip or something. He missed that series. Like everybody says, if he was healthy 2018, I want to say, they would have went and beat the Warriors and made it to the finals. So he always does this, man. He got hurt, and ever since he got hurt, he hasn't been looking the same. At least ever since yesterday. Yesterday he looked really good, but they came out. They punched us in the mouth the first game, and I don't want to hear. I'm not like the normal LeBron or the normal Lakers fan that always says, "Oh, we always lose game 1." It's just how it was like we feel them out. No, I'm not going for that. It's different with this series. Like you see, we're tied up. Like them other series are different. We'll lose game 1, 4-game sweep after that. We're tied up right now. Like this is a different team. This is a team you don't play with, and it's not like we lost on a close game. They punched us in the mouth. DeAndre Ayton has not shied away from the moment at all. He is bullying everybody on the other side of the ball. He's bullying everybody. Devin Booker hasn't shied away from the moment at all. So for all you fake stats people that believe in that stuff, click off this video. Devin Booker is that guy. He's been hooping. But then you look on the other side of the ball, man, we've been hurt too, man. Anthony Davis just got hurt yesterday. He might miss game 5. KCP's hurt. And hopefully he plays next game. But yeah, he just got hurt. He missed yesterday's game. LeBron does, even though we're tied 2-2, which is a good thing if you look at it, we're tied 2-2, and LeBron doesn't look like he's stepped into that gear yet. Like he's like, all right, it doesn't look like playoff LeBron. That's what I want to say. It still looks like the regular season LeBron, and it seems like he's cruising a little bit. Yesterday, you seen it at the end of the game. He started to like really try to dominate, but then when it got too far, he just sat down. And I don't know, man. I'm kind of worried. Even though I said I wouldn't mind if we lose, kind of worried, man, because this team is this Suns team is really good. Cameron Payne been hooping. Cameron Payne, shout out to boy, because he was just. They said he was in China last year, and then they picked him up going into the bubble, and then ever since then he never looked back. He's been hooping. Their wings, like they did this rebuild so well. I was about to say Michael B. Jordan. Mikal Bridges has been a really good 3-and-D player in this series. Also, Ken Johnson. Ken Johnson has had some times where he looked really good guarding LeBron. And like I said, man, DeAndre Ayton, he's been... Bro, I think they said he was shooting like 60 or 70% from the field. Like, he's been on some shit, bro. He's been dominating. He's been dominating. The first game he shot 90% from the field. He's been dominating us. But, yeah, we're tied 2-2. I think we play Wednesday. No, we play Tuesday. So, hey, this is going to be a really crucial game going into Phoenix. My bet is whoever wins this game is going to win the series. So, that's my bet. Whoever wins this game is going to win the series. And then you go into this, probably the second most boring series. The Nets versus the Celtics. I don't care for it. I watched it yesterday. Because I was like, bro, I haven't watched KD playing so long. And that is my favorite player. But other than that, I don't care for it. Even though Jason Tatum did win them that game, shout out to bro. He really did. He was on some shit. He was on some shit yesterday, bro. He was on some shit, bro. You can tell he watched a lot of Kobe and a lot of KD, bro. Because them fadeaways and then the pull-ups in his face, bro, it reminds you just of KD. But shout out to him. The Nets, man, like I said, that team will be so hard to stop. Like, I think the perfect team to do that is the Bucks or the 76ers. That's why I feel like the road to the finals is going to be hard for the Nets, because then you got to face the Bucks. Then you got to face the 76ers, who could be an even more problem than the Bucks. So it's going to be hard for them, man. It's going to be hard. It's really going to be hard. But, like, I think they said their big three had 103 points yesterday. And I think the Celtics finished with, like, 111. Like, bro, that's just so wild. That's so wild. But shout out to the playoffs, man. The playoffs, man, it's been really exciting so far. I can't wait till we get deep into it, where we see these teams really play each other. Like, next series, if we get a 76ers Hawks play series, that's not going to be no sweep. That's not going to be no gentleman's sweep. That's going to be a really good series, because that Hawks offense it's hard. It's hard to stop, bro. That Hawks offense is hard to stop. And if you get Trae Young going, I don't even know. You might just have to put Ben Simmons on him the whole series. That series is gonna be hard. And then, like I said, we get a Bucks next series. Next we get a Bucks versus next in the next series. That's an amazing series. And then, I have a feeling whoever wins, the Clippers versus the Mavericks series, they're going straight to the Western Conference Finals. Like they said, they would have to face either the Jazz or the Grizzlies, and I feel like they can both easily beat those teams. And then you look on the other side, whoever wins, actually that's pretty hard, because both of these series are tied to 2. But like I said, we're about to be in the nitty gritty, bro. We about to have some really good series. Other than that, man, this is it for that video. For this video, I'll be back soon. I gotta get back into my YouTube room now that I'm back from vacation, so you'll be getting hit with a lot of videos now. So I'll talk to y'all guys later. Peace out.